Alright, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about the second preseason game, Detroit Pistons versus New Orleans Pelicans. Please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal is 100 likes, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I drop consistent Pistons content. Well, I don't do that anymore. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. So coming into this game, we had a starting lineup of Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, Saddiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, and Marvin Bagley. We saw no Jalen Duren, no Nerlens Noel, no Alec Burks, no Hamidou Diallo. So it was really hard to, be fair when it comes to being critical of this game because first off, it's the preseason. Players aren't necessarily, trying their hardest to win these games. And then even to add on to that, most of our offseason additions did not play in this game. So it was very hard to be, fairly critical when it came to this game because there were so many outside factors affecting it. And then a quick little side note, we had no Kemba Walker, even though on the stat line it shows that he played. He did not. He was actually in Boston watching a Boston Celtics game. We got to see Dyson Daniels, a new NBA prospect coming into the league this year, and Zion Williamson, a player who, we haven't seen as Pistons fans in a very long time. Let's get to talking about the game. So when it first started, the ball movement was flowing. It seemed like everyone was getting involved. Primarily Saddiq Bey. He was the main guy who, took off early in the game. But for the most part, I just like the flow of the offense early in the game. Defensively, we were actually solid really early on. When it came to guarding Zion Williamson, the defense collapsed on him. Every time he drove to the lane, he would see multiple defenders in his face. We didn't just let him, bulldoze to the lane early in the game. So that was good to see. And, early on, it was very back and forth this game against the Pelicans. But in the first half, the Detroit Pistons had 0 total steals as a team. The Pelicans had 4 total turnovers, and the Pistons had 8 total turnovers. We just didn't have much energy defensively, and we could also not get consistent defensive stops. So, I feel like that's the main reason why we lost this game. Again, not having Noel, not having Diallo, just the lack of energy on defense led to the Pelicans taking the lead for most of this game. Now, we did get to see some Isaiah Stewart action. He hit a few three-pointers. We got to see a really good putback dunk by Isaiah Livers. Killian Hayes, he was being aggressive tonight. He missed a lot of his shots, but I do appreciate the fact that he at least attempted to score the basketball tonight. I hope he continues this on in the regular season because in the Knicks game as well, he was being fairly aggressive. Cade Cunningham tonight, for the first 3 quarters, he wasn't aggressive. He was mainly being a passer for the most part. I guess you could argue that he did that for the Knicks game as well, but in this game, he didn't really turn it on until the 4th quarter, but unfortunately, he ended up fouling out of the game. So, when it comes to Cade, I've seen some people be critical of him, and for the most part, I don't think his preseason performances are too big of an issue. I think once the regular season comes, he's going to turn it on and be the player that we know that he is. Bogdanovic couldn't score at all tonight. He attempted a multitude of shots on the perimeter, and he just couldn't get anything to fall. So, not having him chip in offensively, him being one of our main guys coming off of the bench, was a big part of us losing this game. Now, when I was watching this game, I listened to the New Orleans Pelicans live broadcast, and one of the broadcasters said, and I quote, "Jaden Ivey could have been the first pick in the NBA draft. He just makes the game look so effortless." But outside of that, that's basically everything from Pistons preseason game number 2. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 7K, and I'm out.